everybody, so today for you guys I have what I am calling an alternative smoky eye. So I was trying to think of a tutorial that would be a little bit different, and I specifically with this look had in mind like people who have smaller eyes, or people who have problems pulling off smoky eyes, or people who feel like smoky eyes are too complicated, or like it just makes them look like they have a black eye, but you know, still want that kind of sexy smoldering look. And so I decided to do this, and what it basically is it's kind of focusing on some smoked out liner in a sense, and then a little bit of smokiness towards the inner corners, outer corners, and then a light pop of champagne on the eyelid. And what that does is it really opens up the eye, so if you have smaller eyes, this is a smoky eye that won't make your eyes look even smaller. And if you have problems with smoky eyes looking a little bit too bruisey, or you just feel like, you know, you just look terrible after trying to do a smoky eye and you just can't stand the way it looks on you, this is a method that still has enough light to the look and still has, like I said, that really pretty champagne on the lid. So it's not going to make you look dead or bruised, it's just going to make you look nice and awake, but it's still going to give you that kind of sexy, more smoldering effect. So here is the look a little bit closer up. You can kind of see what I'm talking about here, the champagne on the lid, kind of smoked out, sort of winged out eyeliner. And I kept the rest of the face really nice and neutral using some light blush and then a peachy nude on the lips. So anyway, if you're wondering how you can get this alternative smoky eye look, then just keep on watching. We're going to start by priming our eyelids with some Bare Minerals Prime Time. Any type of a neutralizing eye primer will work, whether you want to use like a MAC paint pot or some concealer, something that sort of has a little bit of a fleshy tone to it just to conceal some of your veins and, you know, stuff like that that occurs on your eyelid. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is take a piece of tape and just apply it to the back of my hand and sort of take off some of that initial stickiness. That way, you know, you're not just like totally damaging your under eye area. And then we're just going to apply this just like that. So kind of as if it's like a continuation of our waterline. This is a really important step because it's going to help to create that little bit of an edge, and even though we do go in with some black eyeshadow and sort of smoke it out, if you don't do this, it might look a little bit messy, and it's just going to make everything a little bit easier. So the shadows I'm going to be using are from the Smashbox Masterclass 2 palette. If you don't have this palette, don't worry, because these colors, as you can tell here, are really, really easy to find, you know, elsewhere. You basically just need a silver, a champagne, and then like a light brown and a black. You definitely do not need this to recreate the look, but the first shadows that we're going to go into are these ones here called Obsidian and Anchor. This palette doesn't really have like a mid-tone silvery gray. It has Obsidian, which is really dark, and Anchor, which is really light. So I'm just going to be mixing both of these to get like the color that I'm going for. Make sure to tap off the brush because Obsidian does have a little bit of like a shimmer to it. I'm going to start by placing this right in the inner third of my eyelid. And don't try to take it up past your crease here, just keep it right on the lid. And then we're going to go to the outer third. Same mix of the two colors. We're just going to pack this on. And see, this is where the tape comes in really handy, because you don't have to worry about like angling your brush and trying to get a little bit of an angle there. You can just pack this all over the outer third, and that tape is going to do it for you. So you can be really sloppy with this. You can just get that brush all over on that tape. It just really makes this whole process so much easier. Again though, I'm really not trying to take this up past my crease. I'm just trying to keep it on my eyelid. Now I just kind of wipe the brush off, but I am going to be using the other side, and we're going to go into the champagne that we have on our eyelid. For that, I'm going to be using this color right here, which is called Champagne. I'm just going to pack this on, and this color is just going to help to bring a little bit of light to the look and make your eyes look more open. I really like this part of the look because if you find that typical smoky eyes tend to close off your eyes, then this is really going to help you. And just sort of blend it into that gray shade a little bit so that there's not too like harsh of a transition here. You can definitely see that there is like a darker color, lighter color, darker color, but just try to blend it a little bit so that it's not too harsh. After that, then I'm going to go into this shade here at the bottom called Wheat. This is just kind of like a light neutral brown color, but it does have kind of a tad bit of peachiness to it. You can kind of see here it's a little bit warm. I'm taking this on like the fluffiest brush I own, and I'm just going to whack this all over in my crease. Then we're going to go in and line our eyes. I'm going to be using just an angled eyeliner brush and then the Essence Gel Liner. And with this, we are going to kind of bring it out into a winged shape, and again, that's where the tape is going to kind of come in handy, because you're not going to have to worry about getting a perfect wing. When you pull that tape off, it's going to kind of do it for you. So we're just going to kind of be pulling it up just right along the edge of that tape there. Then once you've done that, I'm going to take, this is a Sonia Kashuk. It's a natural kind of haired liner brush. It's not synthetic, so it works really well for powder products. And I'm going to take the shade Blackout. This is just a plain matte black shade, and we're going to use this to kind of just go over that liner a little bit, soften it up slightly. And then just take it on the outer edge here, and again, kind of flick it up using that tape as a guide, sort of. Once you have that done, you can then pull back on the tape. Be kind of careful. Oh. Then at this point, you just want to take any sort of a black liner pencil and run this through your tight line and your waterline. So I already have done my foundation, but I haven't done my concealer yet, just in case any of these colors kind of fell down, and they really didn't too much. So I'm just going to go in now and finish up on my concealer. I'm using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. Alright, and now we can go back to taking care of business. I'm going to go back into that brush that we used earlier to do sort of like the black smudging on our upper lash line. I'm going to take that same exact black matte shade. Just going to be using this right along my lower lash line here, kind of again like that outer third region. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take this with a little bit more of that black shadow and just pull it up and connect it with that wing. Then once you've done that, we're going to go back into like those silvery shades that I showed you guys earlier, the Obsidian shade and the Anchor shade. Mix them together again. We're going to add this just right to the middle part. This is just going to add a little bit of shimmer again right in that center of our eyelid, so it's really going to help to just brighten the whole look. Then once again, go back into the matte black and just finish off the entire lower lash line by lining this to your inner corner. And now the next step is just to apply some of your favorite mascara. I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Sexy Booster. Okay, and that is it. That is the eyes completed. I'm now just going to finish off the rest of my face and come back and show you guys what I used. Okay, so this is the look completed. For bronzer, I went into that Smashbox palette and I just used the bronzer that comes in it. It's called Suntan. And none of the blushes really fit what I was exactly going for. I was thinking about using Flush. I just decided to use a favorite of mine, and it's the Rimmel Lasting Finish Blush in Santa Rose. You guys know that I love this. This is a little bit lighter than Flush, has a little bit more of a pinkiness to it, so I thought that it would kind of complement the look. And then I decided to go in with like kind of a nude lip. It does have a tad, again, bit of that pinkiness to it, just to add a little bit more color. And this is one of the Maybelline Color Elixir gloss balm thingies in the shade Caramel Infused. I'm not a huge fan of this formulation, to be honest. I mentioned these as one of the worst products of last year. I'm really not a huge fan of it, but the color was spot on what I was looking for, so that's why I decided to use it. And then just to sort of help give a glow to my skin, because I use the L'Oreal Magic Nude Liquid Powder Foundation, which can look really matte, I decided to use a little bit of my Urban Decay B6 Complexion Prep Spray just over the top to tone down any powderiness and help give the look, again, like I said, a little bit of a glow. But anyways, that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.